Through the hallway, y'all. We are back. Married Man Rob at the top. Well, I don't even know where he's at on your screen. I don't know what John Hunter is on the bottom. Mr. Todd, that is my work name and my alias in other places, as you see me on the screen there. Through the hallway, we are back. We are on Zoom today because traffic weather didn't permit us to actually get the gang together. But it is what it is. We're gonna jump right into it. NFL talk. We know we got a Super Bowl coming up a couple days. By the time you see it, the Super Bowl should be only one day away. And we also have a big trade in the NFL as well, a big quarterback trade.
Big
So
moves.
I think it's fair. It's right. It's the right thing to do to start with the Super Bowl. It's the most prominent game that's going to happen this year. And you know what? These are the winners. And Super Bowl we have right now. Honestly, matchup wise, the Super Bowl has all the headlines you can want. The current GOAT quarterback in Tom Brady. Well, our GOAT, not Rob's GOAT. Patrick Mahomes on the other side, who is, it seems like in his fourth, fifth year, he's already chasing immortal status. You talk about weapons, offensive weapons on both sides. Defense, the Tampa Bay defense has carried them. The Chiefs defense has created a turnover in every game in the playoffs, and they have one of the better defensive players in the league on their team in the backfield with Tyrann Mathieu. So this is a game. This is gonna be a game. What do you guys have happening in this game? What should we be expecting?
I think that it all depends on the barber, not cutting people's head.
We got past that, or we got past that room already. So just to clear it up, the barber with the person that was scheduled to cut 20 different players on the Kansas City Chiefs hair actually tested positive for COVID. They pulled out the backup center, who, as you've seen, him and Denard Robinson are on the COVID list for the Chiefs. They pulled him mid haircut, so there's a picture of him on Twitter right now with half his haircut, got a baldy on one side, he got his hair on the other side, but the barber did not cut anyone else's hair after him, so a lot of the Chiefs players will not be affected by that. He did have a mask on, as well as the barber had a mask on as well. So if he can complete, if the backup center Kilgore can complete 5 days of negative COVID testing, then he should be able to play in the Super Bowl. And Denard Robinson, who's having an amazing season, he has his most catches in the season this year. Hopefully the same situation with him. If he can, then the Chiefs should be at full capacity. So in the event the Chiefs and Tampa Bay have everyone that they had coming into this game, let's go back to my question, John.
I got the Bucks, man. They got as much as they don't want to say they got home court advantage, bro, and they said that you can't use the cannons to blow out the touchdown at the break. They said that they can't do it because they don't want to give an unfair advantage to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, even though we know that it's in Florida and most of the people that's going to the games is going
at their stadium,
Florida. No harm, no foul. That's the NBA's. But I got the Bucks, bro. I got Tom Brady. I got the defense. That's playing amazing. I think this defense is going to give Mahomes the most problems. And I think that Tom Brady can match the scoring total, especially with AB coming back with the Chiefs. I don't think the Chiefs can stop Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think that Brady is going to do what Brady does best, and that's to pick defenses apart, read them, and react, make adjustments as needed. And it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be close though, but ultimately I got the Bucks coming out on top by a field goal.
What's the score, John? What's the score? People want to hear a score.
Originally I had it 28-24. That's what I had originally. But
now
I might have it going higher. I think this is going to be a high scoring game. I think it might be 27-30. Something like that.
Okay.
Rob, you want to take this next one, or you want me to jump in?
Man, I think it's perfect segue for me to jump in because I think we know who you're going to go with. Well, I don't know who you're going to go with. People know who I'm.
You know who you going with.
I'm the resident Tom Brady hater on this show.
President.
I don't like that man.
Habitual.
But gosh darn it, I respect him.
And you said you wouldn't bet against Tom Brady in the playoffs leading up to this game, the last 2 games. So I am curious as to what you have.
Man, you know who I got? I got the Mahomes. I got where Mahomes is. I got Mahomes bringing the chip back to back. Yeah, like magic in the 80s. Anyways, to talk about the matchups, man, I think the Bucs have literally their defense is playing amazingly. They've been making plays for that team the entire year. I don't think it's going to be a super high scoring game. I think that this is honestly the opportunity for Andy Reid to cement his legacy as one of the top 5 greatest coaches of all times. There haven't been a bunch of coaches who won back-to-back. And I think that the genius of Andy Reid is going to really showcase this game. And of course, man, I got the Chiefs 27-24. I think Mahomes leads the last second drive for a field goal and a very ironic way for Tom Brady to go out in his home stadium for a loss. That's my prediction, man. I got Mahomes and I got the Chiefs. I got Andy Reid cement his legacy.
I'm gonna double down, Rob. Not only do I have the Chiefs winning this Super Bowl, with Eric Bieniemy coming back and not going anywhere else, I got the Chiefs winning the next Super Bowl right now already. I'm dead, but it's crazy how serious I am about this. You were on the Mahomes being the best player possible radar. You had him on your radar a year ago. I have him on my radar for that this year, but you know me, I go all the way out the window with it. I got a high scoring game, and in my eyes, I don't think that as good as defense wins championships, but sometimes you come across a guy that is just that damn good.
That's Tom Brady.
Tom Brady could be one of them, but let me break it down a little bit. Tom Brady has had slow starts to Super Bowls. That has happened in plenty Super Bowls. He's had very slow starts to Super Bowls. Patrick Mahomes, the last time that he saw Tampa Bay, they decided they were going to go one-on-one coverage. They decided that Travis Kelce was more important than covering Tyreek Hill. What did he do? He dropped 200 yards on them in the first quarter. Yeah. Best believe Tyreek Hill will not be by himself this game. And what does that mean? It opens the game for the best tight end in the league. They have an offensive monster and the quarterback play to make it all work out. You have the fastest receiver in the league in Tyreek Hill, arguably, and not much of an argument, the second fastest receiver in McCole Hardman. You have arguably, but not much of an argument, the best tight end in football. And I don't think there's much of you have the highest paid quarterback, so projected to be a damn good quarterback when it's all said and done. He's already won an MVP. He's already won a Super Bowl. So I'm huge on Pat Mahomes against this great, and I don't want to sleep on this because Levante David was my breakout defensive player of the year. I'm big on Tampa Bay. This is why I had this Super Bowl. I said that they can carry him. I said that if you give Tom Brady a team with that defense, you switch out Jameis Winston 30-30 for Tom Brady's greatness, and you have a championship team. And this is what we have. This is exactly what I projected for the season, and I'm going to stick with my projections. As good as that defense is, as good as Tom Brady is, Tampa Bay has 2 number 1 receivers and arguably a top 5 number 2 receiver in Chris Godwin. And Scotty Miller's no scrub. Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones in the backfield, no scrubs. But it's not enough. It's not enough for the Chiefs. I got a high-scoring game. I got something like 38-32, 31 in that area. If the Chiefs break 30, there's no way they lose this game. I think they're gonna come out gunning, and pinning their ears back, regardless of what. Tom Brady's gonna have to show up every single drive, and that's not the Tom Brady that we have this year. We have a great Tom Brady, but he's not. He has taken a dip down. It's not as high as Rob was trying to make it seem, but he's not the greatest he's ever been. And I think he's going to need to be. 2 years ago when he was playing against the Chiefs and they didn't let Patrick Mahomes get back on the field in the AFC, he's going to need to be the greatest that he can be. And I just don't know if that's going to happen. 1-2 interceptions, this game goes backwards. And
I got one question for you. Who won the Royal Rumble this weekend?
Edge, man.
It's old man winning
Hey,
Royal Rumble.
and that's exactly what the Buccaneers got right now. They got a whole bunch of edge. You got people like Adam Kunsu who got an edge. You got Jason Pierre-Paul who got an edge. You got Tom Brady who got an edge. We going with the edge, bro.
I hear you. And if you talk about edge, then I'll give you one more edge. Who's the defensive coach for the Kansas City Chiefs? The guy that has got Tom Brady number twice in the
why
Super
Tom
Bowl.
Brady even has more edge. He's like, you beat me twice. You're my greatest in my prime. I gotta get you one time.
And you don't think Patrick Mahomes looking at Tom Brady saying the same thing?
I think it's going to be a really good
It's gonna
game.
be a game, boy. It's gonna be a game. But we got a little bit of time. So yeah, man, we're really gonna have a game. The Super Bowl is gonna be exciting. And to piggyback to segue from that, Andy Reid, man, where does Andy Reid rank in head coaching glory? Is this a Hall of Fame only? Is this a legendary coach? Is this one of the top 5, top 6, top 7? Is he putting himself in that range of best coaches of all time? Where do we have Andy Reid, and where might we have him at the end of this game?
I'm really interested to hear what Rob said. I remember earlier this week we was talking about Andy Reid and his greatness, and I had to remind Rob of how good he was. So I'm really interested in seeing what his perspective is.
Yeah, man. Yeah, John, we do have multiple conversations about where Andy Reid ranks on the all-time list. To me, like I said, he needs this Super Bowl, man. Like, I yes, he got the first one. That gave him like, yeah, I'm stamped. I'm solidified. I'm one of the best of all time. But is he really elite of all time? Like, is he up there with the Belichicks? Is he up there with the Parcells? Is he up there with the Bill Walshes? And I think if he comes out with this W, he enters that conversation of, hey, don't forget about me. Don't forget about me. And I right now, I think if he gets the W, like I said earlier, I think he definitely will be a top 5 head coach of all time. And I think he needs just a tad bit more to get into that super elite class of Belichick and Parcells and Bill Walsh. So right now I got him top 10. If he gets this, he's definitely top 5, knocking on the door of Belichick and them boys.
I think the only thing missing right now with Andy Reid is Super Bowl wins to put him in that category. If he has a great coaching tree, he has a great players tree. I mean, he back with the Eagles, you knew him as the guy that's gonna throw it 2 out of 3 times. Yep. And with that being said, he still had running backs like Brian Westbrook go to Pro Bowls and guys like Sean McCoy lead the league in rushing. He comes over to Kansas City. He has the best quarterback in the league. And quietly, Kareem Hunt was a rookie leading the league in rushing. Carlos Edwards-Helaire had a really good year before he got hurt. He was in the top 5 in running. So offensively, Andy Reid has been a genius. I mean, from Donovan McNabb to Kevin Kolb. You guys remember what he did with Kevin Kolb for a year? I mean, Nick Foles. He had Nick Foles early in his career, but I think Nick Foles did the 33 touchdowns and 4 interceptions the year he had with Andy Reid, or was that with Chip Kelly? It might have been with Chip Kelly. But Donovan McNabb, Michael Vick, Kevin Kolb, Patrick Mahomes, Alex Smith. These are the guys that and they all have turned out to be really good under Andy Reid's tutelage. Some of the defensive players, I mean, the Eagles went to 3 NFC championship games in a row, and they didn't have any receivers. So right now, it's like he has the gift. He has the defense. He has the defensive superstar in Tyrann Mathieu and Chandler Jones. He has the offensive weapons. He has the quarterback. He has it all. And he has the offensive coordinator that no one seems to – I don't know if it goes too late in the year. I don't know what the situation is. Maybe they don't want to hand over the reins to that black man, and he might be the real mastermind behind a lot of it, the new age stuff that they've been doing in Kansas City. But as long as he keeps that guy, I see him winning, and I see him jumping into that conversation because winning is the only thing that's stopping him in my eyes.
Bro, I respect Andy Reid for what he's done in the NFL. He's the only coach in NFL history to make it to 3 consecutive championship games on both sides, on the AFC and on the NFC. When you're talking about greatness, bro, you got to talk about that. With that being said, he's right now second in wins as active coaches. It's Bill Belichick and then him. There's only 6 coaches before him that has more wins than him. He has more wins than Bill Parcells. He has more wins than Joe Gibbs. He has more wins than John Madden and Bill Walsh. So we talk about greatness, and it's only going to get worse. Like it's not like he's going down. He's
better
playing
in this case, right?
So with that being said, for me right now, he is top 5 as a head coach, and he's
even if he loses, John, even if they lose the Super Bowl.
Even if he loses, he still has Patrick Mahomes. He's going to get to another one within his career, bro. So he can afford. He has 2 Super Bowl rings right now. He's been there 3 times, twice as a head coach, 1 as an offensive coordinator. Right. With that being said, this is going to be his 3rd time making it to the NFL or Super Bowl as a head coach. So we talk about his coaching tree. You got Sean McDermott, who's the head coach of the Bills. John Harbaugh right now, who's the head coach of the Ravens. Matt Nagy, who's the head coach of the Bears, bro. My man he's everywhere. You can't go without
whenever somebody takes him.
Yeah, and it's not like, and everybody wants his coaches, bro. Everybody wants his coaches. He was a Giants defensive coordinator when what's his name? Spagnuolo was a Giants defensive coordinator when we won the championship, and now he's back with Andy Reid, right? But Eric Bieniemy right now, he's supposed to be a head coach. I don't know why nobody wants him, but he produces talent, and he produces talent with his coaches on the field, the culture, players.
Wins.
Try to give it to him,
Super Bowls. That's it. We just need some Super Bowls.
That's it.
All right, last talk. We only got a minute for this, so let's try to keep it tight. What does the Matt Stafford trade mean for the Rams? Or what does Jared Goff mean for the Lions?
The question should be, what does a healthy Matthew Stafford mean for the Rams? Matthew Stafford trade right now, because he's injured, it's like you don't know what you're going to get. Is he going to be another Jared Goff? Like, is he going to be hurt for most of the season and come back? But if you get a healthy Matthew Stafford, the offense was already booming with a subpar, with an average quarterback. You got to look at really what Matthew Stafford.
Kill Goff here.
I'm not killing Goff. He's an average quarterback. I don't think that he's a superstar quarterback. I don't think that he's a quarterback that's worth his contract. I think that he robbed the Rams blind.
You robbed the Rams. You go and win. You go get the money.
You go and win because of that defense. You're not going.
Amen.
Listen.
Amen. Look at the difference. You say it's because of defense, but look at Jameis Winston. If he was
Brad Johnson, his way to that Super Bowl, and they paid that man money. Brad Johnson's way to that. Listen. With that being said, I think Matthew Stafford makes that offense more dynamic because of his ability for comeback wins, his ability to drive the ball down the field, his arm power, to make accurate throws, and his just toughness and his grittiness, bro. I think that Matt Stafford is going to make that team top 5 team in the NFL if he's healthy, bro. If not, then we'll be looking at the Rams like, why'd you do that? Why?
Yeah, John, I think you hit it on the head when you said the grittiness of Matt Stafford. You're talking about a guy who plays through injury left and right. So I'm not too concerned about him being healthy. I think Matt Stafford is definitely an upgrade over Jared Goff. I personally like the Rams to go further in the playoffs this year than they did last year. So I think he makes them a Super Bowl contender. And I just feel bad for Goff because, like, if he has a bad year in Detroit, he might be on them Rodney Magruder and I'm Klay Thompson. Like, you might be out the league pretty soon, son. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
Disrespectful, Rob. I think Jared Goff is gonna do just fine in Detroit. I think it's a clean slate for him. I don't think Jared Goff is bad. I mean, I think Jared Goff can work his way around the league as a starting quarterback. I don't think the Lions would be that good. It's kind of like the whole Russell Westbrook to the Wizards, where it's like you're expecting so much from what can you really expect from the man? When they won't have many pieces around.
I know you did not call Jared Goff. I know you did not just call Jared Goff Russell Westbrook.
No. I said in the sense of the team not having the pieces around him. So no matter what he does, it won't equal, to me, in my opinion, it won't equal wins. They won't go to the playoffs. Jared Goff can go 27 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, and they still won't make the playoffs because the Lions just aren't that good.
And I want to jump in real quick.
Whereas
they got 4 draft picks with that, and the Lions are notoriously bad for drafting. So
right.
Does that really help? So
what is that? Does that ever a team you want to trade with for draft picks? It's the Lions. Whereas I think Matthew Stafford, like you said, Rob, Matthew Stafford's going to play 50% or better. Matthew Stafford, if he can walk and throw, he's going to play. That's on the Lions. So imagine playing with a team that's actually out here gunning. You know, when you look at a guy like Aaron Donald on the other side of the field playing with torn rib cartilage, Matthew Stafford will be out there. I think, like Rob said, that automatically a quarterback like Matthew Stafford automatically makes the Rams a championship contender. And to me, one of the better teams in the NFC already before the moves are made in the offseason. So I'm really curious to see what Matthew Stafford brings the Rams.
Just interested to see what Sean McVay is able to cook up with Matthew Stafford. He ain't have a quarterback and throw that ball 60, 70 yards down the field. Boy, I'm looking forward to that.
For me, it asks me, what are the offseason moves that's going to be made in the NFC West due to this trade? Because that is a huge power shift. Because remember, the Rams, they were still in the playoffs and made it one game from the NFC Championship with Jared Goff. Imagine now what they're going to do with Matthew Stafford. So I'm just throwing it out.
Them into the playoffs too. Wolford got them into. That's how good that defense is.
That defense, exactly.
So. All right, y'all. We're gonna move on to our next topics.